Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to your phonetics and phonology class. Hopefully that you have studied very well on the first class, and you have also known the meanings of these unfamiliar terms and words. I want you to learn them, not actually to test you, but to let you understand the whole process of learning phonetics and phonology. Today we will start with the sounds of English, consonants. So our class is going to cover only consonants, just consonants, حروف الساكنة في الإنجليزية. Okay, sounds of English consonants, أصوات الكonsonants. So we're having actually 4 places to talk about. The place of articulation, مكان النطق, manner of articulation وحالة النطق, IPA Chart. أيضا من نعرف شو هو IPA Chart. Terms, بعض المصطلحات مثل phonemes, and you know what is phonemes is, right? It's the smallest sound unit in this sound system. The smallest unit, right? Allophones, minimal pairs, complementary distribution, free variation. What does these terms or phrases means? You know what it terms means. مصطلحات. Okay, let us start now reading the following. Consonant are sounds produced with some restriction or total closure in the vocal tract as the air from the lungs is pushed through the glottis out to the mouth. إذن هي الكونسونانت عبارة عن أصوات with some restriction. شنو restriction؟ في هناك kind of restriction اللي هي عوائق or total closure، أو بيكون في هناك انغلاق تام في الفوكال تراكت، في اللي هو الvocal tract as the air from the lungs is pushed through the glottis out to the mouth. Okay, we have 24 consonants in English. How can we describe the consonants in phonetics? How can we make them distinguished? Some consonants are voiced, vibrated. Other consonants are voiceless. How to know? How come you know that these sounds are voiced or voiceless, these consonants? You put your, as I told you, your hand right here and the Adam's apple. So this is how we describe. بدنا نحكي إنه هذا الصوت voiced أو voiceless. بعدين بدنا نحكي إنه هذا الصوت نفسه manner of articulation هناخده، و place of articulation وين مكانه في الفم. لاحظوا أشياء يعني مسلية. الصوت كان voiced أو voiceless، حالة الصوت ومكانه في الفم، كيف ننطق داخل الفم. هذا هو phonetics and phonology. Okay? So this is how to describe consonants. الآن خلال الأمثلة حيتضح لكم what I have told you. Place of articulation. In articulatory phonetics, هذا جزء حكينا من phonetics. The place of articulation, also point of articulation you can call it, of a consonant is the point of contact where an obstruction, هذه كلمة مهمة، أو restriction اللي أخذناها قبل شوي, occurs or happens in the vocal tract between articulatory gestures and active articulator, typically the tongue, and passive location, typically some part of the roof of the tongue, of the mouth. Okay? فهو عبارة عن إيش إذن؟ ما هو الكونسونانت؟ هو عبارة عن is the point of contact، اتصال، where an obstruction، في هناك انقطاع في الصوت، أو مثلا معوقات occurs in the vocal tract في العملية الصوتية between the articulator, active articulator اللي هو اللسان والفم. اللسان والفم. اللسان هو active articulator. لماذا؟ اللسان active articulator. لماذا؟ Because you can move it, right? Move your tongue. So it's active. لكن المouth, some part of the mouth, مثل باطن الفم, الpalate, هذا inactive, passive. You can't move it, right? You can't move, for example, the soft palate, or sorry, the hard palate. You can't move it. Along with the matter of articulation and the phonation, this gives the consonant its distinctive sound. Distinctive sound اللي هو الصوت because this is one the one goal of this course is to make how to make sounds distinguished. Okay, كيف نميز بين الأصوات. كل صوت إلى صفة معينة، إلى مكان معين، إلى طريقة معينة في النطق. هذه الأشياء اللي حنتعلمها في هذا الكلاس. Okay, خصوصا with the consonants. إذن with the consonant, if I ask you to describe a consonant, first of all you need to know the place of articulation. مكان نطقه. Articulation هو النطق. Okay. The place of articulation, the passive place of articulation is the place on the more stationary part of the vocal tract where the articulation occurs. It can be anywhere from the lips, upper teeth, gums, or roof of the mouth to the back of the throat. هذه بس مقدمة عن شو هو. في عندنا active وفي عندنا passive. الactive كان الtongue. الpassive الأشياء you can't move it. Okay, like الحلق. Okay, الالveolar, الحلق, lips you can move it, right? Sometimes you can move the lower lip is active, the lower teeth is active, you can move them up and down. لكن the upper is always inactive. Right. First of all, let us start with the place of articulation. أول مكان ننطق فيه consonant خلينا نحكي عنه هو الbilabial. Bilabial أو labial. Bilabials, consonants whose main restriction is formed by the two lips coming together. لاحظوا الشفتين. Coming together have a bilabial place of articulation. إذا هذا بنسميه bilabial place of articulation. In English, these include P as in possum, B as in beer, M as in marmot. B, P, M phonemes are labial. وين مكانهم؟ bilabial. هذول بنسموها bilabial place of articulation. Place of articulation. إذن أول صفة ل P والبي والام اللي هي consonants هذول كلهم، أول صفة إله إنه هو bilabial. أول صفة إله هو مكانه، موقع نطقه، وهذا هو موقع نطقه في الشفتين. B, P, M. So you can do it by yourself. عملوها أنتم بأنفسكم أيضا. So labial B, P, M. Constructions or complete closure at lips. Complete closure شو معنى؟ انغلاق تام. B في الشفات. B, M, P. الآن هذه الصفة الأولى حكينا إنه bilabial. طيب الصفة الثانية بدنا نشوف وين منهم voiced or voiceless. Okay, يلا شو نعمل؟ We put our tongues right here. B, B, P, P, Okay, the only unvoiced is P. P هو unvoiced، ما في vibration. مرة ثانية. So هل سمعت أي vibration? Any kind of vibration؟ ما في. إذا بنسمي P unvoiced. P هو bilabial و unvoiced، هاي صفتين، bilabial و unvoiced. اوكي. طيب الأم في ارتجاج؟ yes, then it is voiced. البي B B B B B B B. So B is voiced. Okay, so as you can see right here, some of these are voiced, some of them are unvoiced. M and P, for example, they have common features, يعني صفات مرتبطة, which is the place of articulation. Both of them are bilabial, but M is voiced, P is voiceless أو unvoiced. Okay. So this is our first place of articulation, B, P, M. حكينا عنهم labial or bilabial. في منهم voiced وفي منهم unvoiced. Labio-Dental. The English labio-dental consonant V and F are made by pressing the bottom lip against the upper row of teeth and letting the air flow through the space in the upper teeth. لاحظوا الآن في هذا الرسمة الشفة السفلى, the lower lip, and you put it right here on the upper teeth like this. F, F, just do it by yourself. V, F, V, F, V. لاحظوا الهواء اللي بخرج ما بين الأسنان. The air flow through the space, فراغات عند the upper teeth, produced by restrictions between lower lip and upper teeth. In English, all labio-dental phonemes are fricatives, احتكاكيات. لاحظوا في احتكاك ما بين الهواء وغيرها. Okay. Which one is voiced and which one is voiceless? خلينا نشوف الأف الآن. الأف إذن voiceless. الأف هي unvoiced. unvoiced أو بنحكي عنها voiceless. طب الفي جربوها الآن. the voiced. لاحظت الآن كيف الآن صرنا نعرف صفات كل حرف بالإنجليزي؟ إذا صفات الأف والفي إنهم labio-dental, لكن F is unvoiced, V is voiced. Okay. الآن we move from labio-dental to dental. Dental sounds that are made by placing the tongue against the teeth are dentals. هذا بنسميه dentals. إنه sounds that are made by placing the tongue, اللسان, against the teeth on dentals. لاحظوا في هذه الرسمة اللسان جاء ما بين الأسنان العليا والسفلى. خلينا نعمل مثل الرسمة ونصدر الأصوات. لاحظوا إذا الأصوات إذا ما كان اللسان ما بين the upper teeth and the lower teeth, we make the following. F, like in, this is F, like in 3, ثلاثة, with the, like in there. Okay? So the main dentals in English are the F of, like in thing, or the, like of though, which are made by placing the tongue behind or between the teeth, with the lip slightly between the teeth. Okay? And as you can see, all of these dentals in English are fricatives, احتكاكيات. هذه طبعا أخذنا الفريكاتيفز عدة مرات. The fricatives هناخذها لاحقا. We will take it later on. It calls manner of articulation. لأن أخذنا إحنا حكينا to describe a consonant you should describe it from 3 points of view: the place of articulation, voiced or voiceless, والثالثة manner of articulation. لكن manner of articulation we will take it later on. Okay. لاحظوا هذه أث كذا تكتب، هذا الصفة، هذا الشكل الصوتي إلها. thin هيك الشكل الصوتي، دائرة جواتها نقطة. The tip of the tongue touches the upper teeth. thin thin. فلاحظوا مقدمة اللسان تلمس the upper teeth. the وهكذا تكتب. هذا الصوت تاعها هيك بهذا الشكل في القاموس. there the then. If you have a dictionary, just go ahead and use your try to pay attention to the transcription. مرة ثانية اللي ما بين الأقواس هذه مثل ث okay أو ده هذا نسميه transcription. Transcription. We will have actually or two classes for transcription. لكن الآن بدي تعرفوا الكونسونانتس. Okay. Alveolar. لاحظوا the alveolar ridge is the portion of the roof of the mouth just behind the alveolar, the upper teeth. Most speakers of American English make the phones S, Z, T, and D by placing the tip of the tongue against the alveolar ridge. The word corneal is often used to refer to both dental and alveolar. Okay, so a tongue tip is at or near the alveolar ridge. الالفيولار ريدج مثل ما توضح هنا هذا هو اللسان. لاحظوا وين وقع، هذه بنسميها الالفيولار ريدج. هذا هنا tongue. لو وضعنا اللسان من قبل الالفيولار ريدج حكينا ت د like table, D, door, C, Z. فهي ممكن تكون هنا أو هنا. هذه بنسميها الالفيولار ريدج. اوكي. nose, I. فهذه الالفيولار ريدج ما قبل الupper teeth أو lower teeth. لاحظوا اللسان هنا أو هنا. فحاولوا أنكم try to use T, table, D, door. Again, t, 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 d. So both of them are voiceless. S, s, voiceless. Z, voiced. Nose. N, n, voiced. I, voiced. Okay, لكن الآي هنا vowels. Okay, that's fine. Just so this is a vowel, it's not a consonant. Okay, that's fine. That will be fine. So, would you please describe it first of all? These are alveolars. T is voiceless, D is voiceless, S is voiceless, Z is voiced, N is voiced, and E is voiced. It's also alveolar ridge. E. Palato-alveolar sounds. They are just the palato-alveolar sound, just like a shrimp, shrimp, ch, ch, China, Asian, j, 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 sh, ich, ij, and jar, jar. All of these are made with the blade of the tongue against the rising bath of the alveolar ridge. لاحظوا الآن ch, ch. لاحظوا البليد مش التب، البليد بيجي بعد التب of the tongue. لاحظوا هذا هو البليد جاء وين؟ على الالفيولار ريدج. في الوسط. ch, j, j, sh, j, j. So tongue is between alveolar ridge and the hard palate. هذا الهارد palate وهذا هو الهارد palate كامل وهذا هو الالveolar ridge. Okay, فجاءت between. This is actually the alveolar ridge, and here is the hard palate. To make sounds like ch, ch, j, j, you should put the blade of your tongue between the hard palate والalveolar ridge. Alveolar ridge. Okay? Okay. Ch, sh, j. All of these, see, we have two affricatives right here. Sh, j, j. Okay? We will talk about the retroflexives and the affricatives and the affricates later on, once we go to the manners of articulation. Okay, we will discuss this later on. Okay, the retroflexive and yeah. Okay, this is the fifth one. Let us move now to the sixth one, the palatal Y, E. The roof of the mouth, the palatal, rises sharply from the back of the alveolar ridge. The palatal sounds E of yake is made by placing the front of the tongue up close to the palate, produced with tongue close to the hard palate, like extreme production of E, like the word yard, university, you, stew. Okay, الواي هذا هيك لفظه. Unimportant is common with the first two letters of university, however they sound differently. An, yun. Okay, we have the velar, K, G, and eng. Eng. K like in car, cat, kind, key. لاحظوا اللسان هنا, the roof actually the the velum or soft palate is a movable muscular flap at the very back of the roof of the mouth. The sound k like cuckoo or ga like goose and n like kingfisher are made by pressing the back of the tongue up against the velum. هذه هي الفيلم. Velium. Okay, هذا هو back of the tongue, لازم يلامس اللي هي soft palate. Soft palate. لا نعمل هذه الأصوات. G like gas, gold, gear. Ing like playing, driving. شو اللي بصير؟ the back of the tongue goes and touches the soft palate. Okay, is voiceless. Voiceless. Ing, playing, voiced. Okay, this is how you can make some distinctive features between the consonants. The glottal ha or h, you know, this is ha, it's not h. The glottis is the space between the vocal cords. مثل ما تعلمنا انه عند تفاحة آدم في عندنا أحبال صوتية. حرف الاتش يحدث هنا. So the glottis is the space between the vocal folds. The glottal stop is a speech sound regulated by a mementery, completing close of the glottis in the back of the throat. It exists in many languages, like in English, like ha. Ha is actually is the form and structure without voicing. It's voiceless. Is voiceless, okay? Structure without voicing. It's voiceless. Okay? And this is, I guess, the last one. So the place of articulation is the glottal. Glottal means it happens in the glottis. Okay, now, so the place of articulation active, the active articulator, here the lower lip بالعادة, with tongue, and the surface of the tongue and of the tip. So these are the active articulators. You'll be fine, just I want to notify you in this one. Okay, now, let us move to the matter of articulation. And حكينا, you can describe the consonant by two. The place of articulation, هاي لازم تعرفوهم, كل مكان في اللسان, where what sounds it produce. Second, حكينا voice or voiceless. والثالثة اللي هي manner of articulation. Consonants حكينا إنه are sounds which involve full or partial blocking of airflow. مجرى الهواء. In English, the consonants are P, B, T, D, H, J, K, G, F, V, F, D, S, Z, Sh, J, or J, M, N, I, R, L. Sorry, it's not I, L, R, L, R, U, and U. Okay, which is Y. They are classified in a number of different ways, حكينا, depending on the vocal tract details we just discussed. حكينا أول وحدة اللي هي لازم تكون voiced أو voiceless. هذه الحالة الأولى. حكينا أيضا the place of articulation, مكان النطق, وأخذنا كل حوالي 8 places of articulation, 8 مناطق للنطق الكونسونانتس، 8 كانت. وضحنا كل منطقة شو بصدر منها أصوات. الحالة الثالثة ممكن نصف فيها how to describe the consonant is the manner of articulation. Manner of articulation اللي هي status of articulation. كيف بيكون شكل الصوت. الآن حنعرف كيف. أول حالة حناخدها اللي هي stops, also known plosives, فجاريات أو the air is blocked. blocked معناها مغلق. for a moment then released. P, لاحظوا الآن نفهم كيف. الآن هو مغلق. blocked then released. P بعدين يطلق صراحة للair flow. أول شيء blocked then release. P, B, T, D, K, K. Okay? So these are P, B, T, D, K, and G. They are, first of all, they are plosive sounds. What do we call them? Stop sounds or plosive sounds. Okay? حكينا إنه P and B bilabial. ليه؟ لأنه you press your lips together, you make P and B. P is unvoiced, B is voiced. Both of them are plosives. لاحظتوا الآن كيف أنا بصف الأحرف الكونسونانتس الساكنة. أول شيء place of articulation اللي هي bilabial. بعدين حكيت voice أو unvoiced. بعدين manner of articulation plosives. عملية ممتعة. Then we have alveolar مثل T and D. T and D. T, T, T. ما في vibration, ما في اهتزاز. إذن T أول شيء alveolar تقع في alveolar ridge. The place of articulation is alveolar ridge. T, 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 T. مش T, T لأنه ال E هي voiced أما T, T is unvoiced. D, D, D. It is voiced. Both of them are plosives. انفجاريات. The air is blocked for a moment, then released. Velar plosives. K, g, 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 k, 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 is unvoiced. Ig is voiced. Both of them are plosives. الآن, so you know how to describe every single consonant. Place of articulation, voiced or voiceless, and the manner of articulation. So the aspiration, the blowing out of air for the voice plosive, we use both in English, like pit and poo, but it is not a distinction that's separate one meaning from another. Okay? So aspiration is also one of the, it's the blowing out of the air, like P, هذا بنسميه aspiration. شو بنسميه؟ aspiration. Okay? P, pen, poor, people. طيب الآن الثانية, fricatives and affricatives. Fricatives involve slightly resisted flow of air. Slightly resisted. مقاومة مش blocked. لاحظتوا the plosives are blocked then released. The fricatives slightly resisted the flow of air. Slightly يعني شوية. Resisted في مقاومة للتيار الهوائي. In English, these fricatives include z, sh, j, and الهاء. الآن خلينا نعطي describe the following. هكذا بالامتحان ممكن describe the following consonant. أول شيء وين اللابيودنتال؟ اللي هي الأف والفي. هذول اللابيودنتال بنسميهم. يلا خلينا نشوف voiced ولا مش voiced. الأف. إذن it is voiceless. V voiced. طيب خلينا نشوف الآن وكلاهما are fricatives. احتكاكيات. أصوات احتكاكية. Fricatives. There is a slight أشياء احتكاكي slightly resisted flow of air. B. Dental fricatives. Like dental, where you put your tongue between the upper teeth and the lower teeth, as in thin and okay, let me ask you the question now. F is voiced or voiceless? Do it by yourself. F is voiced. The alveolar fricatives like S and Z. S, Z. Which one is voiced and which one is voiceless? The palatal fricatives. So all of these are fricatives, right? Because there is a slightly resisted flow of air. Okay, we have here sh, j, like in vision. Sh, j. Which one is voiced and which one is voiceless? And we have the glottal fricative. And this is actually glottal, fricative, and voiced. So these are the voiceless, and here is the voiced. هذا حكينا عنه اللي هي th th. هذه ذا. هذا sh. هذا j. Okay, j. Yeah, it's right here. Like vision. Vision. V. Gen. This is how you find it in your dictionary. Vision. Vision. Okay? For example, if you want to say 3, number 3, you will find it like this. هيك تجدوها بالقاموس. فري هيك هذا الصوت، هذا بنسميه ترانسكريبشن، حكون لنا محاضرة كاملة عليه. أيضا there هناك حتجدوها في القاموس بهذا الشكل. اذهبوا للقواميس وتفحصوها. أيضا so we have covered the fricatives and now let us move to affricates. Affricates هناك الفرق بين الفريكاتيفز والافريكاتس. الفريكاتيفز there is a slightly resisted flow of air، بينما الافريكاتس total closure of the speech organs and air is released with a friction like ch ch ch. لاحظوا أول شيء stop like church church. هذا ch ch هذا هو صوته في الإنجليزي. and judge j j j j هذا هو صوته في الإنجليزي. هيك تجدوه في القاموس. church judge. So there's total closure، انغلاق تام في الصوت، بعدين released with friction. بينما هنا كان slightly resisted flow، كان في مش انغلاق تام. Okay, this is the difference. Okay, ch ch is voiceless. J j j judge j is voiced. Okay, and they are affricates. لاحظوا لا تخربطوا. Do not mix up between the fricatives and affricates. Okay, let us move on. We have the nasals now. Sounds are produced when airflow through the mouth is completely blocked and released through the nose. Like ing, and هذول بسموهم nasals لأنه كلهم they go out through the nasal cavities. Okay, there are no voiceless nasals. All of them are voiced. All of them are voiced. ما في voiceless nasals. I'm pretty sure now you enjoy the class. Why? Because you know how to describe the phonemes, how to describe the consonants. Okay? Liquids are sounds with very little air resistance. In English we have L and R. مش مثل العربي L و R. We have different sounds. In Arabic we say R, L. لكن in English L, R. Both of them are alveolar, but different in the shape of the tongue. For L, مش L, L في الإنجليزي. We touch the tip of the ridge of the teeth and let the air go around both sides. L. هذا حلق، هذا هنا، هذا سقف الحلق الباليت، هنا الأسنان، هنا الألفيولار ريدج، هذا اللسان. أوكي، هذا هو اللسان. L يلامس هذه المنطقة. L. والهواء يأتي من الجوانب اللسان. أوكي، من جوانب اللسان. L. So the air go around both sides. For air, we almost block the air on both sides and let it through at the top. Air. So note that there are many variations of L. في هناك تنوع بين L و R in other languages. And even within English itself, both L and R are voiced. Both of them are voiced. Red, lead, red, lead, red, lead. Okay, you have to say it like this way. إذا ما حكيته, if you don't speak English this way, if you don't pronounce these sounds this way, then know that you are incorrect. So you need to know it. We have here the semivowels, the glides, semivowels, glides. Semivowels are sounds that are, as the name implies, very nearly vowels. يعني مش vowels, semivowels, قريب للvowels. In English we have O and Y, which can see our a lot like vowels. ممكن نعتبرهم O and U as vowels, لكن هن مش vowels, semi-vowels. But with the lips almost closed for O, a bilabial, and the tongue almost touching the palate for Ye is a palatal. They are also called glide, since they normally glide into or out of the vowel positions, as in U, Ye, Ow, Oi. Both of them are voiced. So U and Y, they are glide sounds. They are voiced, and they U is actually bilabial, and لأنه هي بتتكون من خلال حركة the roundness of your lips, and the Y is like U is actually yet, like yet. It is it's called palatal sound. Both of them are voiced. Okay. Here we go. This is the IPA chart, the International Phonetic Alphabet. أخذنا إحنا P والB. أخذنا إنهم stops, bilabial. P voiced والB voiceless. M أخذنا أساس إنها nasal, هي voiced. U أخذنا أساس إنها glide bilabial, هذا مختصر لكل شيء أخذنا. F والV هي fricative, هذا manner of articulation. The place is Labio-Dental, F is voiceless, and V is voiced. أخذنا F with the, both of them are also fricative. They are interdental, one of them, the is voiced and the th is voiceless. T and D is a stop, alveolar voiced. S and Z, they are actually fricative, alveolar, voiced and voiceless. N is a nasal, alveolar, voiced. L is literal, approximate literal, glide or whatever, is voiced. We have the sh is a fricative, alveolar, palatal, voiceless. Ch is a affricate, alveolar, palatal, voiceless. J is a fricative, alveolar, palatal, voiced. J is a affricate, alveolar, palatal, voiced. We have J is a glide, actually it's a U. It's a glide palatal voice. This is the E, like you. We have K, it's a stop velar, voiceless. G is actually stop velar voiced. Ing is nasal velar voiced. And we have the E and H, like al hamza. It's a glottal, stop glottal, voiceless. Both of them are voiceless. So all of these are, this is what we have covered today for the place of articulation. واحد, the manner of articulation, wa voice. This is how you should describe consonant. How you should describe consonant? You should describe it according to these three main ideas. Phonemes, again, let me just make a kind of revision. Phonemes are the smallest significant unit of sound. Why they are significant? Because they make changes, differences in meaning. P and B, P and bin, they are actually phonologically similar, لكن except for the first phoneme, P and pen, تقريبا نفس الشيء، لكن ال P مختلفة وال B مختلفة. The same applies to S and she in sip and ship. نفس الشيء, phonologically they are similar, لكن the first letter, the first phonemes are different. So the phonemes, why they are significant? Because they make changes in meaning. Phonemes, we have something called minimal pairs. شو يعني minimal pairs؟ هذه مصطلحات لازم كمان تعرفوها. Minimal pairs, two different words which are identical in every way except for one sound segment that occurs in the same place in the string. مثل mat, met, ray, lay. لاحظوا مثل هذه الكلمات, these are called minimal pairs. They two words متطابقات, they are identical لكن في اختلاف في حرف واحد that occurs, happens in the same place. لاحظوا الاختلاف في الوسط جاء. مات met, مات هيك تلفظ, ومت حيكون لنا محاضرة عن الفاولز. ray lay, ray lay, هذه بنسميها minimal pairs. If more than two words in a string, they are called minimal sets. إذا كان هذه كلمتين هنا two words, لكن if we have more than two words بنسميها minimal sets. مثل su shu chu, su shu chu. لاحظوا almost identical لكن الاختلاف كان في البداية. su shu chu. bib bit bid big, bib bit bid big. لاحظوا متشابهات في كل شيء لكن الاختلاف كان في النهاية. bib bit bid big, هذه بنسميها minimal sets, more than two words. Okay, هذا difference between minimal pairs و minimal sets. Allophones. Allophones means a variant of phoneme, اختلاف في الصوت نفسه. Like the P in pill is different though, similar sound in spill. Pill, spill, bill, spill. The difference is in the aspiration. وين الاختلاف؟ في قوة انطلاق الهواء بين ال P في هذه الكلمة وال P في الكلمة الثانية. So the difference is in the aspiration, قوة انطلاق الهواء. P in pit can be transcribed like this. P high, pit. Okay? And this is indicating aspiration. Pit, pill, pit. لكن spill, spill. ما كانت مثل pill, people. Okay? Spit. فلاحظوا allophones here we have a variant of phonemes, the same phoneme, لكن might be different because it has aspiration. Allophones occurs only in certain positions within a word. فهي تحدث في بعض المواطن في الكلمات في البداية أو في الحرف الثاني. مثل pill, spill, نفس الفونيم. لكن هنا aspiration قوة انطلاق الهواء في البي هنا كانت أقوى من هنا. ففي القاموس بتكون مكتوب PH, P high aspiration. Allophones we have also something called complementary distribution. حكينا allophones معناتها a variant of phonemes. Phonemes, the same phoneme may have different pronunciation, may have different rules. Complementary distribution شو يعني؟ When two or more sounds do not occur in the same sound environment. When two or more sounds do not occur in the same sound environment. مثال L at the end of a syllable bull, and the beginning of a syllable lit. bull, L. هنا dark L ثقيلة حرف ال L, لكن الثانية lit كانت light. هذا بنسميه complementary distribution. These two sounds, the L and L, cannot occur in the same environment. Okay? We have something called the free variation. Free variation means when a word is pronounced in two different ways using two different phonemes but has no effect on the meaning. مثل هذه الكلمة تلفظ في either و either. لاحظوا هذه either أو the, لكن هل اختلاف في المعنى؟ ما فيه. هذا بنسميه free variation. سهلة ما بدها بحاجة يعني لو تقرأ السلايد مرة ثانية وتشوف الأمثلة سهلة. ed in endings of the past tense مثل tomato أو لاحظوا tomato. في some people they say tomato and tomato, لكن الثنتين معناتها بندورة أو طماطم. And so today we have covered most of the consonants, their place of articulation, manner of articulation, voiced or voiceless. These three ways are the only ways how to describe consonants. And then we have had a really kind of a revision, the phonemes. We have known something about the phonemes. They are the smallest units in the sound system. Also about the free variation, the complementary distribution. We have talked also about the minimal pairs and the minimal sets. Ashya, I want you to memorize it. Please do things on time, okay? Try to read it more and more, to work hard on use, and these are presentations. For now, thank you so much. I will see you next time to do some exercises. Okay? Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.